Hello, students and parents. Welcome to the distance learning edition of Back to School Night. I am Ethan Shimer, and I will be your students' Math 1 teacher. And just to give you a little overview of what we'll be learning this year, we're going to be diving really deep into algebra, systems of equations, functions, exponential growth, and then we're going to round out the year in the spring doing some geometry. So if you don't know what those are, don't worry. Your students should be able to explain it all to you by the end of the year. So we're gonna, distance learning is gonna be split up into three parts. So synchronous is their time with me as their teacher. So this is when they're gonna receive their instruction on Zoom. All right. And then the next slide, I'll explain more of how that's gonna work. So their Zoom time is gonna be with me. And then on the opposite side, so their asynchronous time is going to be during the school day, all right, before 3 p.m., but it's when they're not with me. And this is what they're going to do for asynchronous time. They're going to work on a computer adaptive program called Dreambox. And what this is it's going to adjust to your student's knowledge level. So it can go back in grade, it can go forward in grade, it can review stuff that we're learning this year as eighth graders. So what's nice is it's going to tailor and help fill in some holes or actually let them go on and accelerate. And then finally, homework. So just like normal regular school, we're going to have homework, and this is going to be done after 3. So this is going to be just like regular homework, and all that is going to be on Google Classroom. All right. So this is kind of how we're breaking up distance learning this year. So how are we going to structure Zoom time? So just like if they were in the class physically, I would give them a warm-up, and I want them to do all their warm-ups in a single subject spiral notebook. So they will come in, log in, and while I'm taking roll and admitting people into the Zoom session, they are going to start right away, so there's not any wasted time. So they're going to do all their warm-ups, and basically the warm-up is going to be a review of previously taught standards. All right, and then I'll go ahead and dive right into the lesson after the warm-up, and we're going to do that in one of 4 ways. We're going to do note taking, which should be in the spiral notebook. So I'll just do some problems on my whiteboard, and they will follow along with me and copy them down. We're going to do some problem solving. So to try to push some of the work back onto the students, I like to give really fun, engaging problems that kids can work on, and then they can chat with me, and I can on the Zoom chat, and I'll let them know whether they are getting close to the answer or whether they got it correct or not. And then we're going to try to play some games on Zoom to make things more interesting. And then last, we're going to do some guided reading from the textbook. So you can see over here, this is their green textbook. This is their textbook they'll be using this year. So, and just you're probably wondering, why does it say Math 1? Because this is a high school course. So this is the first high school course. So mostly freshmen take this course, but your students are taking it as 8th graders. So this will be they'll actually get high school credit for this class. And finally, at the end of the Zoom session, I always try to give them an exit ticket, and it's always on a Google form. And what's nice about this is I can see how well the students are learning per day. So I can look at all the data, and it informs me on what I need to be doing the next day in class. So what's nice about those Google forms is students can retake those by editing them, and those will be going into their grade. Okay, so lastly, how to support your student this year. First thing is check the grade book, and you'll see everything that I put in there. And if there's anything that's concerning, then go to Google Classroom, and you should be able to see the assignments and the grade book and Aries will point you to Google Classroom, and those assignments should connect to each other. All right, so then Google Classroom will explain, the directions of the assignment, what it was, how I wanted it turned in. So look at that, and then every once in a while, check your student's spiral notebook and see how well they are taking notes and if they are completing their warm-ups every day. and then you can get a lot of information from looking at that. And then lastly, provide some time and space for your student to do their asynchronous work on Dreambox. Remember, this is going to sort of fill in their holes, any holes that a student has in previous math years. So provide some time for them to work on that. And then if you need to contact me, there is my email, eshimer@nvusd.org. And you can also, if you have any general questions about this class, you can use the survey link in the main back to school night page. Thank you for tuning in. I'm excited to begin this journey with your students, and have a great day.